ugly.
Yeah, there's no way around it.
No.
Like Bruce looks good on you.
Yo, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We are back and we are live in full effect. It's your main man, Coach Five,
And it's your brother, Mr. Lewis.
doing it once again. It's on. Thank y'all for tuning in and let us hit you with the magnificent
welcome to the Candid Corner. 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 Your number one spot for hip hop, classic hip hop, today's hip hop. You talk about sports, you talk about Knicks, you talk about 76ers, you talking football, you talking about Giants, you talking Steelers. Your main spot for New York and Pennsylvania sports, baby. Right here. Coach Five, Mr. Lewis, the Candid Corner. Real talk for real listeners. Yeah. Brought to you by Nat Time Entertainment Media and the good folk over at Off the Ball Network.
yo. So we are back in effect. Once again, it's on. I just want to thank y'all. Thank y'all, everyone, for supporting us. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for spending your time with us. I know there's playoff games and AEW wrestling. I know some people will watch right now.
Yes.
And all kinds of things you could be doing, but you're doing this, and we appreciate you for it. So, bang, bang, bang.
We're
Just go.
1000%. Appreciate y'all.
And for those who have not seen this show before, welcome to the Candid Corner. This is interesting, and you about to find out why. We about to hit y'all with the magnificent headline heat, and today's special show. We've got members of the Off the Ball Network. We're gonna chop it up about the NBA playoffs. We're gonna get it in. We're gonna get it spicy. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be
Yeah.
tasty. And as always, the commercials. You know what it is. Well, let's go and get into this here.
Welcome to Headline Heat.
Yeah, so I saw these wonderful things on the Twitters earlier today. So I'm like, yeah, I want to share some of these wonderful things. This is an actual wonderful thing that uh, camaraderie for the Jets. You know what I mean? And everybody needs camaraderie, especially the Jets.
Right.
You know what I mean? So check this out. Hey, take my ain't great here for you. No, they ain't here for me. They here for Zach. Okay. My mom's on here. Somebody cussed and he was like, "My mom's on here." Oh, these Jets are gonna be fun to watch this season, man. Nah,
Yo, that's hilarious.
but that's kind of cool that they're bonding, they're sharing time. Look at them. Go ahead, Jets. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's
Yeah,
cute.
now is the time too for them to gel as a team.
Exactly. And that's why I like this. It's before the season starts. Before the ugly news reports from the New York Post come out and stuff.
Right. Right.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So for every little bit of joy, there must be some rain, and I don't really understand what this is, but listen, y'all tell me, you know what I mean? What y'all, because I know some of y'all might have seen or heard this, but
Hmm.
decision that you and KD made 2 years ago to come to this organization, and now to finally, after everything we've been through, be on the precipice of actually being able to chase this championship. How exciting a moment is it for you guys to have reached this point?
Well, I think it's important that we celebrate all the people that supported us all the way through. Starting with our family, some of our communities we come from, who we represent, and what we've been able to learn throughout kind of our professional journey. A lot of us have taken alternative pathways to where we are now, to end up here in May 2021. The world kind of going through what's going through, but we made a decision 2 years ago to stick with it and build something here. No one really saw the vision prior that we had. We probably won't get the credit until 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line. That's just the way history goes. But the intent here was we didn't want to feel the same effects of being out in organizations or being out with different guys throughout this league that we felt like we could have built something outside of the game with. It's just important to have that synergy. And a lot of situations and circumstances that we were in, we were trying to be ourselves, but the environment just didn't stick, just didn't fit. And when we came together, we just wanted to be happy. Happiness.
Hey, I was like, yo, when we came together, you know what I mean?
Everyone else was outside and observe and say what this person can do, what that person can do.
Cause synergy, my man, I'm telling you.
Sometimes we get along and it's gonna go well, sometimes it's not.
On the astral plane.
Down towards the later stages of the season.
Yes.
Synergy that you need.
Synergy.
So, I'm excited to be here. I don't take anything for granted.
Yeah, I know that. I know the pandemic was kind of.
What?
Yeah, like.
None of that had nothing to do with that man question.
For one, like I know the pandemic was hard on all of us, but is it me or just look like Kyrie lost a considerable amount of weight?
Well, he made up for it in his head. I don't know. He always been
losing weight and losing his mind, huh?
I mean, I don't understand what in the world that was at all. At all. Just saying.
Yeah, but, I feel you. It had me like, I'm sorry, what?
No. Yeah, right? Like, wait, what? 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 Synergy in the world and the problems and that's how you feel about getting this far into the playoffs in the number 2 seed. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I'm keeping headline heat in the tri-state. Well, not even the tri-state. In the New York area. My apologisms, my peoples. But for every little bit of salt, there's also some sweet. So I got to go back. And ladies and gentlemen, for all my Nick fans, it's for us, baby.
To understand how we got here, you gotta know where we've been. How every possession is something to prove. How underdogs could fight alongside war dogs. How no number could be bigger than 15. How locked in wasn't just a phrase, it was our philosophy. Dedicating every win to the real fans who didn't switch their jersey. How it took 8 seasons to silence the skeptics. Easy, but in and out with just a team. Everything is earned forever.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? We here, ladies and gentlemen, Knick fans of all ages. We have finally gotten back to the normalcy of being relevant and having good success from working hard. which is what the New York model has always been ever since I started watching basket and ball and those types of things. Anything you want to jump into before we hit the commercial break and bring in the marvelous fellas to talk about these playoffs, my main man?
And just want to shout out my Sixers for getting that #1 seed.
Bang,
And
bang.
yeah, and even though I'm not really paying too much attention to it because I said it is exhibition, I could have swore I saw something in the headlines about Mayweather talking about being hurt, and folks are thinking it's about to be like on some WWE type ish where he gonna take the fall.
Yeah, whatever makes him the more money he wants to make, the whatever. I don't care.
Me, I
You're
don't personally.
tired.
I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna blemish his record, exhibition or not, for that. But we'll see.
I feel you. I mean, my thing is, he ain't a boxer no more. Right on.
Yeah,
Whatever you do.
yeah, it could be. Yeah, I hurt myself. I'm out fight one of my young bulls.
Yeah, something. Yeah. Whatever. Enjoy it.
Yep.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for checking out Headline Heat, and we will be right back.
Out now. Sears High Waisters. Your pelvis will love them. Now with new armpit sweat pads. Want a stronger, more breathable, nut huggier fabric? Sears high-waisted pants. Try them out today, only $19.99. You look good with your high-waisted tight pants on. Yeah.
And we are back. We got a packed house.
That's right.
We got New Tape City back in the building. We got Professor Jeff back in the building. What is going on, gentlemen?
Yo, you too much for that one. That was good. That really hits home, man. That really hits home. I don't know who
What's
that
up, guys?
was, but if I felt that one.
Wait, you got some high-waisted pants at home?
Nah, man. I'm 45 years old. I ain't got a waist. I tried. No, I want to have the opening question. Like, it feels like we're getting to that point. Like, am I at least on the short list to getting invited to the cookout? Like,
you getting top invitation.
What?
You here.
That makes my day, man. That makes my day.
Shoot, I'm telling you, as soon as you can get on the plane or bus and get to Jersey back,
we're getting close. We're getting close.
Yes, we are.
Nah, seriously, you guys do a good show. Thanks for inviting me on, man. It's great. It's great to see you too, Edgar.
Yeah, same with you guys.
Yeah,
I gotta get that hat.
Edgar,
that hat.
Let's recognize Edgar, the voice of the Off the Ball Network. Like, everybody that like what they know about Off the Ball Network, that is Edgar. Like, full disclosure, that's Edgar.
Big up.
Good try. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. So we got the playoffs.
I love it.
I'm loving this playing personally.
Hey, look, aside from the first two games, which were kind of like sleepers, like kind of boring, this one right now, the Spurs and the Grizzlies, is not so bad.
It's real good.
It's a pretty good game right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure the next game, the Lakers and the Warriors, is going to be a real good one.
And here's what I said earlier, guys. Like, the three of us are older guys here. Edgar's a young man, and I appreciate that, and I envy him. But like, we have to recognize that we're watching legends play a game, that we've never seen before. Like,
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, wait a minute. Like, I just want to sit back and recognize, like, it's LeBron versus Steph. It can just be fun sometimes. You know what I mean? This is a little bit of I just, there's something about it. I'm like, sometimes we get way ahead of ourselves and go, yeah, but what about this? What about this? What about this? No, just enjoy the game. Just watch the game. Watch Draymond, watch LeBron, watch AD, watch Steph. Just enjoy the game and have a great time. It might transcend basketball, kind of like the Gonzaga game did there. 2 months ago. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you can just relax and just go, oh my, like this. Just recognize what you're seeing. We're seeing legends play this game. That we don't know that LeBron and Steph will have a meaningful game ever again. Like there's nothing guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? So I just recommend everybody just enjoy the game. Then we'll dissect it.
Yeah.
As they would say in wrestling, it's going to be a good old fashioned slobber
Slobber
knocker.
That's exactly right. Exactly right.
I mean, now, even though, see, this is what I saw about that Pacer Charlotte game.
Oof.
I saw a team that didn't understand where they were. And I saw a team that knew exactly where they were and what they needed to bring.
Yep.
And go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, just to reiterate your point, that game came down to like preparation, coaching. One team was like, here. It kind of reminds you of the what the San Antonio Spurs would do, coming into the playoffs, and all of a sudden they would just, push somebody off the floor, and you're like, oh, okay. And then, but after 15 years, we were used to it. We were not ready for that. I don't think we were ready for that with the Pacers. I don't know about you guys. I was not ready. I was not ready for that.
The Pacers had all the pressure on them too, though. Given the circumstances and how they finished last season and how they started this season, which it looked like they might end up taking that next step, and then out of nowhere they just started falling down and falling lower to the point where, like, head coach is probably going to get fired. There was arguments and fighting between each other in games. So imagine what a loss to the Hornets would have done for that. It would have been even worse. So they knew what they were playing for. The Hornets, it's a young team. They're missing Gordon Hayward, and they just didn't know what it took, what it was going to take to win a type of game like that. But at least it's a learning experience for them for next season.
I mean, it's crazy, but at some point, like Gordon Hayward is kind of one of those protected guys. But at some point, you got to have that conversation.
Right.
Is it just is he a victim of circumstance? Like, here's what I know: he wasn't there last night. That's all I know. That's all I know.
Yeah.
I can't. If we're gonna judge players on,
Talk to them.
Yeah.
You're right. And several people have brought up that point. I mean, LaMelo came back from a fractured wrist, and I believe Hayward was dealing with some type of some type of sprain or something to his foot. But apparently, there was some optimism for him to come back and play. He just didn't come back. There was no updates, nothing.
Wow.
I'm just saying. I seen Pierce go off on a wheelchair. And you know what I mean? Like you can, if Hayward could play 10 meaningful minutes, we don't know that it doesn't change the game. Like I don't think his injury was something that was threatening his career. I don't know why we feel the need that we can't criticize him for this. I think Hayward has to wear that game. You have to, even if you go out and do some bullshit like, oh man, for the first 5 minutes I really tried and then limp off the court.
Right.
No, but to just be like, no, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm not even dressing at the most important game of the season.
I'm not even putting shorts on tonight. I'm good.
Just to maybe give him small benefit of the doubt. It could have been maybe a coaching staff decision to say, hey, maybe we need you fully healthy for next season. But again, he could have had a final say in that and said, hey, I'm getting paid so much money to be this team's best player. I've been out with several injuries. Maybe this one is not as bad. Let me go out and show these young guys that, hey, I want to be an example, and come out and play, like you said, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Even if you don't have to play the whole game, obviously he wouldn't have had to play the whole game. I don't think it would have changed the outcome, but still, it would have shown something.
Yeah, I agree with that. Show some kind of
it might have changed the outcome.
Thank
right.
you. Yeah,
It might have
Okay.
changed the outcome. It might have inspired the younger guys to step
absolutely.
it up a little bit.
Yeah,
Because you got your man, and you know your man is hurt, but he out here. Maybe I need to be out here.
Yep.
But
And we
they
talk
didn't
about it
have
all the
that.
time. Everybody preaches like, it's all this leadership and all this, all this other stuff. Like that was the time you got to be there. You know what I mean? Like show up for your team. Even you know what he could have done. He could have done the classic. He went through warm-ups, but he was just he
Even that
couldn't
would
do
have
it.
been something.
Yeah, exactly. He tried. Like Kobe was the best at that shit. No, I'm not comparing those two. I'm just saying
Right.
like,
No, I understand.
the master of it was Kobe. Like he was out in warm-ups, man. He tried everything he could do. He just couldn't get it
Hmm.
loosened up. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
but
Yeah.
Hayward's like,
To
nah,
realize
I'm
if the
good.
little stuff like that, like it counts.
Yep.
It does.
He's like, I'll see you. I'll see you in November,
he was
gentlemen.
already out fishing.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
right.
Was he on the bench? I don't believe he was on the bench, right?
Wow.
Did anybody?
I don't know.
Man,
I watched the
I wasn't
game.
looking that hard. I
by
wasn't
the
looking
time
that hard.
by the time I tuned in, it was down seriously like 50. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
So
it was really bad.
But you got to put your sneakers on. That's all I'm saying.
that's all.
That's the end of it.
So what happened to the Wizards last night?
Ooh.
Because I literally thought they were going to handle Boston and that they were going to give the Nets some interesting issues come playoff time. So what in the world happened there?
Bradley Beal is not healthy.
Oh, now we're in
We
trouble.
got the hoopers in the building.
We got the pros in the building now.
What's going on, man? What's going on, fellas?
What up?
What's going on?
baby?
Yeah.
Welcome.
Night, man.
We're about to destroy Westbrook, is what's about to happen.
Nah, I'm not going to let that stand.
No, I love Westbrook, but he's got to wear some of it.
Oh, he does.
Like,
Definitely.
Oh yeah,
does.
I mean, look,
here's
Bradley Beal was not healthy yesterday.
No, I know.
I don't think he was.
Here's what bothered me about that game. I tuned in and I'm watching it. And I'm like, okay, they're fine. And then I was like, where's Westbrook? And I'm like, he was standing out. He was standing out at the half court line on defense. Like I don't. He's not a 3-point shooter, and this has always been the knock on him in the playoffs, that he starts getting farther and farther away from the hoop. I'm like, this was his perfect game. To me, it was like, if you got one game, I'm picking Russell Westbrook. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm picking up the joysticks and they're like, yeah, you pick your team, I'm like, oh, Russ is on my team. And it just once again it showed up. It's playoff Westbrook, and Jason Tatum was the exact opposite. I think really we ought to be talking about Jason Tatum.
Right.
Yeah.
Like this dude put up 50 in a game to get him in the playoffs. I don't think we can downplay that. If if let's put it this way, if Steph does that same thing tonight, we're writing books about him. Like, remember that night Steph put up 50 to get in the playoffs. So all credit to Jason Tatum. Like, he was like, no, this is it. Like, I'm over this. So makes tomorrow night very interesting.
I saw a lack of defense.
Very
and lack of in-game adjustment play calling from the coach. Now, again, my wife is a Wizards fan. So we were watching intently that game.
Right.
So from beginning to end, I mean, in the first half, again, like you guys are saying, they were doing what they were supposed to do. They was hitting that stride. They were up. They were doing what they needed to do, but they forgot this is playoff basketball.
Yep.
And in that second half, one coach made adjustments and ramped up his defense, and another coach kept coaching.
Yeah, he coached it like it was the 30th game of the season. The whole time, like, at some point, man, you got. But that's what happens on a Russ team. I don't know if they really get coached. I don't mean this to bang on Russ, but I'm just saying.
It's proof with
Scott Brooks
Oklahoma
was
and with
missing.
Houston. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But Scott Brooks been missing play calls like before Russ got there, yo. I
True.
got my issues. Now,
But
you can't. If
But
Russ
yeah,
gotta wear this, so does he.
but look, I
I
He
mean,
gotta
agree.
wear this.
Brad,
So,
I
yeah,
100% agree.
definitely.
but I gotta hear from Jay. I gotta hear from
Yeah,
John W. Man, I
I'm
gotta hear.
sorry, W. I got all wound up about that.
All right,
I warned Coach tonight. I was wound up.
all right, all right. Just go back to your last point about the not playing defense and not making adjustments. That not playing defense has been the Wizards' things for the last. We're gonna skip the
Right.
past 2 seasons because last year they were terrible on defense as well, and not making adjustments. We can go back to see with Scott Brooks and him not making the right adjustments, even back in the finals against in 2011. It does hinder you. And not Scott Brooks, excuse me, Brad Stevens. If you really think about it, this was a bad year because of so many injuries and Danny Ainge not right around them. Brad Stevens is a great
True.
in-game coach. Out of timeouts, just making play in that time. So Scott Brooks was never gonna win the coaching matchup. You were talking that Russell Westbrook and Bradley give you scoring, it kind of puts you over the edge. And on a bum hamstring right now. But you got to play in a one-game elimination type situation. You have to play,
Right.
and
Right.
you can't let him work on you because when you go back home, guess what all the kids in? Jason Tatum this, Jason Tatum that. Just that little bit of extra pride would have gave me a little more motivation to not lose Jason Tatum like that, like you know him. And we gotta give Kemba
Right.
Walker some credit, who's been playing very down this year because
Yes.
of injuries. They
But
needed
it's
him for a
played
game.
through.
He gave him,
Yep.
yeah, especially with Jaylen Brown being out. Like they needed Kemba, and he played big for him.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's one of Kemba's biggest games ever. That was that I felt really good for him. And there's something mythical in the NBA about getting 50. Like that number is like
Yeah.
50. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like what?
Right.
What just that? It's not a double nickel, but it's approaching it. All credit to Tatum for being like, nah, they have no answer for me, and I'm gonna give it to them. I was really impressed, and I'm not, believe me, I was full in against Boston, but I recognize real when it is, and that was awesome.
All right. So let me throw this. Let's get this moving. Let's get to some predictions. So who's winning the current game right now?
Memphis is up by 5.
Memphis
No,
up.
no, no. Who do you think? I
Oh,
know it's still on. I'm saying, who
Oh,
do
my
you
bad.
think?
oh, who do I think?
Mm.
I'm going with the
That's a
Grizzlies.
All right.
question
So
there.
we're gonna do this in order. I'm gonna start at the bottom and then I'm gonna rise to the top. So I'm gonna go with J Dub. Then I'm gonna go with Knicks. New Tape City. Hit it.
ooh,
I bet. So Memphis is holding the lead right now.
Mm-hmm.
You don't count out Greg Popovich ever. And I think him having experienced players like DeMar DeRozan and Rudy Gay and Pat Mills, because I refuse to call him Patty, I think that's going to give him that might give San Antonio a slight advantage.
Patrick.
Like I think San Antonio can pull this one out, especially in a close game right now.
Okay. I got one San Antonio. Edgar, what's good with you, my man?
I think Memphis pulls this one out.
Okay.
Just because I think they pulled this out just because they're hungrier. I don't think John Morant wants what's his name, RJ Barrett, to be the only rookie in his class to be in the playoffs.
I was
You
gonna
know,
bring that up.
you weren't gonna bring that up, but somebody had to
Okay,
bring it
yeah.
up.
Yeah,
Because
you called for
Zion
that.
is not in there.
Right.
So just
So
saying. I mean, but they are hungrier, and we have noticed, especially
We
a
got
bit as
DeAndre
of
Hunter at
late,
the Hawks.
the Spurs have been giving up big leads in games, and right now they're down. I don't think they're going to come back from this one.
okay. Professor Jeff, who do you got?
I got the Grizzlies only because I've seen
Okay.
it too many times. I've seen
Mhm.
this too many times from DeRozan. Like he don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I like the guy. I like the guy. He's a great player, one of the best, elbow players we've seen. I don't know how much that matters nowadays, but I like Ja. That's like the energy of Memphis, and sometimes that just carries over. That's enough to get you over the top.
Fair.
It feels like San Antonio is just kind of like towards that rebuilding process.
Correct. What do you think, Lou?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with the Grizzlies too. I mean,
Ooh, 3-1. Wait, where's my camera? There we go. 3-1.
yeah, man. But yeah, I mean, because plus, yeah, I mean, I think that boy Morant, he got a bright future. I sense a lot of Allen Iverson, Magic Johnson type energy from the kid. So
I feel you.
Yes.
I mean, I don't necessarily think either one is getting past where they are right now, either way, but I think I got to go with the Grizzlies too.
Oh shit! which means San Antonio's winning. Like 4-1 means
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, is that Chuck guarantee,
And,
Charles Barkley guarantee?
and I think that's why I did that. But
Man, I'm so mad at Chuck right now. I can't even.
no, I mean, but John's point is extremely strong, and if it comes down to like the last 2 minutes and they're within 4 points, they probably will win that game.
Oh yeah.
Only because the Grizzlies don't know how to win that game yet.
yeah, you're right. They
But
got a lot of bad
if it's 7-8 with 2 to go, San Antonio just doesn't have enough firepower to catch that up.
They don't, and this is not the
Not
same Spurs from before. I mean, you might still have Pop in there, but
No, you got his mind though, and that still accounts for a lot.
true, but does that really translate to the players they have now? I mean, the only
No,
one who
that's-
has
They
that
here.
much.
They here. I mean, this cast of characters, this cast of castaways, is still in a playoff hunt. That's all coaching. Because any other coach, and this be one of the bottom teams in the West, very easily.
You want to
that's
hear something
true,
crazy
right
though,
there.
real quick? You want to hear something crazy? I just remembered, and that they mentioned that during the game. Patty Mills is the only one left from those championship teams.
Yes, he is. And he was the scrub on that team. And he's their leader now. So again, no disrespect to Australia and them, but yikes.
That's why Becky Hammond is the most sought after coach in the NBA. I can tell you that right now. Like I know she's waiting for Pop to retire, but my gosh.
And he's due, man. Since he's due. He got that old Nicolas Cage thing happening.
Oh,
with his
no,
hair.
it's getting rough. Let that go, man. They just took a screenshot of him, like, oh my gosh,
man.
Yo, I'm saying he looked like that old. Okay, who saw Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves?
Me.
Remember the old lady witch,
yeah.
the one who is Sheriff of Nottingham's sorceress, the old lady witch, the painted man, the painted man. That's his hairstyle, right?
I could do a whole show. I could do a whole show on that movie, man. Like Kevin Costner losing his accent like 2 minutes into the movie.
Oh man, please, I forgot. Yo, but I still love that movie though.
Who was like, you know what? You know who's a good Robin Hood? Kevin Costner. Like,
yeah, right, yeah.
That. Anyway.
Yo, Kevin Costner. He was like, "Yo, I could be Robin Hood." Robin Hood.
Like, yo, you gotta do that with an English accent. He's like,
I speak English. You're speaking English. I'm speaking English. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you heard, but I'm Kevin.
I'll do New
Hampshire.
I'll do New Hampshire at best.
Lucky I got into these knickerbockers.
Y'all killing me. All right. All right. Speaking of which,
all right, focus.
Let's now go to the East because we do know that tomorrow night's game is going to be Indiana versus the Wizards. Do the Wizards turn it around, or does Indiana complete their impossible journey of getting waxed by Philadelphia? And this time, I'm going to go with Philadelphia first. And I'm going to go in the other direction. So, Big Lou, what's Washington and Indiana going to do?
Indiana, Washington.
I would say if,
I'm gonna go with Indiana. I think.
Okay, so we're gonna change that order and let John go first.
Oh yeah. Just speak whenever you want, John. Don't worry about it. There's no order here.
Oh, my bad. We right now. My bad. I can't hear. I can hear anybody, so I started talking. Weird. My
That was
bad.
beautiful. That's what's up. So you said Indiana?
Yeah, I
For
think
me,
with Alex Ring isn't gonna stop Sabonis or Miles Turner down there. Miles Turner at the rim is probably the second best defender outside of Rudy Gobert. I don't see
Oh shit.
enough of that. Kelly Bill is still hurt. No,
Okay.
either play or sit out. He's gonna sit out, and that hamstring. He
Okay.
gonna get called some guards on the side. Many pick and rolls all night in this one.
All right. So since we went that way, let's go to Edgar. We'll just circle back like we did before. That was new, but we'll circle back. And Austin looked like he's trying to come in, so we might have Austin on the scene in just a minute. So Edgar,
right.
who's winning tomorrow?
I think the Wizards are winning tomorrow.
Bang.
Just because I don't think Westbrook is going to have 2 poor games in a row. Like yesterday, I was sitting there watching the game and I was just wondering, like, where's Russell Westbrook? Like, where's the real Russell Westbrook? It looked like he didn't have that energy, that fire that he usually plays with. Like, it just seemed like he looked either gassed or complacent. You know, it wasn't like that thunderous, like, hey, I'm gonna try to dunk on you almost every time, or after I make a layup, I'm screaming and, you know, getting on everybody. He just seemed a bit worn out, and I don't know what happened, but I don't think that's gonna happen again tomorrow. I doubt it, and if it does happen tomorrow, I'd be highly surprised. I think he's gonna be really motivated. What does worry me though is Bradley Beal. Obviously he's not 100% with the hamstring injury. He looked a bit off yesterday. And like he was second guessing himself with the injury.
Gotcha.
But hey, even if he can contribute just a little bit, maybe like 10, 15 points, I think Westbrook can carry them tomorrow.
All right. Yeah, go ahead, Jeff.
I agree with what Edgar said. I'm going Indiana only
Obviously.
because I think they're in a groove, you know, so to speak. Like they kind of figured it out the other night, and it's only 2 days later, and I think they can repeat that. Russ is one of those guys. He does a different thing on the court. He needs I don't want to say he needs help, but there's a reason you have triple doubles. Like you get other people involved,
Right.
and like Edgar said, I don't know who the other guy he is that gets involved. So I think Indiana just kind of rides that. Like, hey, we figured something out. The shots will fall, you know, whatever. I'm taking Indiana. I think Russ has a good game, but I just don't think there's enough firepower in Washington to overcome coaching and teamwork.
Okay. All right, Lou, back to you.
Don't disrespect Ish Smith.
Well, yeah. You know, I think the Wizards are going to come out on top.
Bang, bang.
But in the end, once they come to Philly, then you know the young boy Thibault and Ben Simmons, they're going to shut
we ain't
down.
got to that part yet. We ain't got to that part yet. We ain't got to that part yet.
And reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time. And I'm finished.
Yeah, all right. Real quick, Wizards. Holla. All right, so Austin's in the building.
What's up, man? Seems like I
Welcome,
came in at the right time. You're talking about Indiana.
Yeah, it's losing. No.
Yeah, probably. But hey, I didn't think they'd win that first game, to be completely honest. So they look good, though, somehow.
They were playing Charlotte. Charlotte make you look great sometimes.
Yeah, it's just surprising because you got the feeling like the Pacers were giving up on this season before that performance. I mean, like their injury report was almost as long as their active roster last night. So
yeah, that's true too. And they still pulled out that win. That's why it's Charlotte did not show up. They was like, "Oh, are we gonna be on TNT? No, you're gonna be on fishing."
Right. I saw somebody on Twitter said they were ready to go out to the club drinking. They wanted to
yo, hypnotic on me.
right. No, I just wanted to pop in real quick and say hi to all you guys and say you're doing a great job as always.
And remember,
Thank you, sir.
Austin's got a show on Sunday. He's going to the walls. We in effect, we doing it even bigger, y'all.
I hope it's going to be a lot of fun. I actually, Jeff, I've got to send you a message about this later, but I've actually got a few friends that I know that are fans of some of the teams that we don't have covered already. So we're going to have just about at least one for just about every team. So it should be a good time.
Right on.
Right on. Speaking of good
we'll have about 8
times.
picks, though, so we'll be okay.
Oh, speaking of good times, here's one. Who is winning, Golden State or the Lakers? Professor Jeff, go.
I got Golden State. I do not think the Lakers are just comfortable and ready for this game. I've been watching LeBron James for 18 years now in my life, and they're just not at that moment. And I think Steph is at that moment. I think the Lakers still eke into the playoffs, but I think tonight is Steph's night to cement himself. Here's what I said earlier this week. Tonight, Steph goes into the champagne room of the Hall of Fame. Like I think he comes out, puts up 40, has a great game, and I think there's going to be a lot. I still think there's a lot of people who really don't understand what Steph does on the court, and he's going to do it, and they're going to go, I don't know what I just saw. Our good friend Stephen Gillespie said it a couple weeks ago. I think
big shout.
I think this is Steph's. He said, I think this is Steph's Davidson run in the NBA, and I really, I stand by that. And Stephen has never led me astray. I really think that Steph is going to own the game tonight. I think it could be, once again, as a fan of basketball, as a fan of sports. If you just give me this one game, I'll take it. But I think Golden State wins this tonight. I really, really do.
All right. Yo, John, how you feel? Lakers or Golden State? Well, while he's thinking about it, Austin, what do you think?
Well, I agree with just about everything that Jeff had to say, and I still think the Lakers are going to win by double figures. So I think Steph's going to 40 and do all these amazing things.
No, whoa. No. Ain't nobody beating this version of Steph by double figures. No way.
I don't know. He's good, but this Warriors.
He's good. Yeah, he's good.
Well, he's obviously.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
Candid corner, yes.
He did it with all respect. I have no respect.
Yes, with all due respect.
I mean, double figures against.
I just feel like everybody's pulling out every little, cliche and line and cute story to try to make this sound like it's going to be closer than it really is. At least that's what I'm telling myself. I hope that's what happens.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Right.
I'm nowhere near as confident as I was, 5-6 weeks ago. Even
a couple weeks ago. It was all good just a week ago.
I feel like even if they do lose this game, they're still going to get in the playoffs. So, I need them both in the playoffs. LeBron, then against all odds, the 8th seed from the play-in game. He loves those fake ass narratives that he likes to build to make himself sound better than he really is. So.
All right. You know what?
Okay.
You know what? I'm looking at the time, and I want to get a little bit further along. So let's do this. Let's assume, for all intents and purposes, they both win. One wins tonight, or the other one wins the next day. Because I don't think Memphis is beating either one of them.
Truth.
Yeah. And I know San Antonio ain't beating either one of them.
Nope.
You need help, brother?
I agree with that.
Okay. Ooh, I thought violence was happening. I was about to call 911.
No,
or,
I just wrecked my car.
Like White Cliff.
Good Lord, they over there wrestling.
No, I just dropped my phone. Sorry.
All right. Well, you know what? We've had a riveting, spirited convo. We'll be right back with some more right after this.
See?
I am the best. I am the leader. The devil asked why I wasn't afraid of the storm, and I said to her, Karen, I am the storm. For you want to look as ridiculous as possible while playing NBA 2K. The Whopper with Cheese 3s. Available June 32nd everywhere. It's the fourth quarter. We're down by 1. No seconds left. And you gotta eat your breakfast. So what you gotta get is that RJ Barrett crunch time. That's right, boys and girls, it's crunch time. Get your wonderful breakfast on right before school. You're not gonna be late because the food is gonna just devour itself and just evaporate right in your mouth and give you all the nutrition you need because it's crunch time. That's right. RJ Barrett, crunch time, straight from Kellogg's and them. The folks that gave you them Rice Krispies and things. You feel me? Crunch time, baby. Go get you a bowl, go get you 2. Go win for your team, win for your school. Crunch time.
And we are back.
That great old all-American brand, Kellogg's and them.
Y'all are too much for that one.
Kellogg's and them. It's Kellogg's and them. Yeah, I mean, you gotta be from like Queens or Brooklyn. It's in the accent. Kellogg's and them. Right, Edgar? It's Kellogg's and them.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my gosh.
Man, like, let's get on with this nonsense.
No, I want to delay it as much as possible. This is the most fun I have all week. Oh man.
All right. So, round 1, Eastern Conference. We've got Philadelphia versus.
Doesn't matter.
There you go. I'm gonna let you say it because if I say it, I'm gonna be in trouble later.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it really don't. Because, yeah, we're going to slaughter them either way. We got something to prove this season.
There you go. Talk your stuff.
The process is here.
1 second, though. 1 second. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. I think it might matter just a little bit, because you know what happened last season, right? The Sixers were rolling. Everything was good. We're gonna get to the conference finals, whatever. And then what happened? Simmons got injured at the wrong time.
Well, yeah. I mean,
you can't control that. But hey, let's wait a little bit because you don't want something unfortunate to happen.
Yeah, that can happen to the 8th seed too. Like Russell Westbrook get injured too.
I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I hope that doesn't happen because last season that was some terrible luck. I thought the Sixers could have went deep, and then that Ben Simmons injury happened, and man, that sucked. That sucked so much last season.
Fair point. Yeah.
So Utah, the number 1 seed, versus
yeah, this one a little different.
We have the Lakers at 7, and we have Golden State at 8. Golden State versus Utah. Go. John W.
Golden State, Utah. Pick Golden State. I'm gonna do it. I think this is the perfect team for Golden State to kind of pull off a 7-game series against. Draymond Green in the pick and roll, pulling Rudy Gobert away from the rim.
Yeah.
Hopefully Jordan Poole can keep hitting the shots. Andrew Wiggins, Donovan Mitchell is going to be a good defensive matchup with Andrew Wiggins' size, length, and athleticism. You can kind of determine a little bit. I don't know if Bogdan will show up in the playoffs. He's a really good player in the regular season. He'll get you 30 every now and then. But now when it's time for him to get you 25, is he gonna be able to do that? Is Joe Ingles gonna be fresh enough to really create off the bench? Is Rudy Gobert gonna provide enough offense to really counter how Golden State goes at him on defense? And I don't think he's really gonna. I don't think he's gonna do that. I think that zone is gonna bother him a little bit,
Right.
and that's gonna.
All right.
And they got
Respect.
easy buckets for everybody. I'm going Golden State over Utah.
Right on. All right, Edgar, where you going?
I don't know. It's so hard. You know why it's so hard? Because one, I don't really want to pick against the Jazz because they are the number 1 seed, and
Giants are made to fall.
right, and they're a really good team. I mean, I think they're very solid. I think they have the type of personnel to be able to throw at a guy like Steph Curry. I mean, Joe Ingles, Bogdanovich. You know, they're long guys who can guard other players. But it's so hard to pick against Steph because, like, you never know. Like, this guy is just
You can
making
turn the game
history
on
this
a
season.
dime.
Yeah.
Exactly. You just
And
like
playoff stuff is a whole nother animal.
exactly. I just don't. I can't really pick
All right,
against
you
him
gotta
either.
pick. Gotta pick. And we gotta go rapid. You gotta pick.
Jazz.
Okay, Jeff, go. And we gotta wrap it.
I got Golden State, man, for
Bang.
everything I said about Steph.
Big Lou.
Golden State and Golden Warriors.
I'm dabbing you. The Golden Warriors. What is the Golden Lords?
Golden
What is this,
Warriors.
Media Man?
Yeah, we got Mr. Lewis to break down a little bit, like a little bit. He's back.
All right. I'm actually with all of y'all except I guess Edgar because I'm going Golden State as well. I think they just have the playoff pedigree. They've been there. They've done that. They don't have any pressure on them, and Utah will have all the pressure on them.
Yep.
So for me, I think Utah wins that. All right. So if now we got Philly going forward, you got the Nets versus Boston. Ooh, go.
Nets.
Jeff, go.
Nets.
John, go.
Nets.
You want to say Celtics? I thought you wanted to say Celtics. Your eyes for saying Celtics.
They ain't nobody saying Celtics.
Brooklyn style. All right. Edgar. Edgar.
Now I'm playing Nets.
All right. So now we got Milwaukee, Miami. Go. Jeff.
Milwaukee. This is Giannis' year. I wish we'd have talked about him more.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get a chance. John. Milwaukee. Edgar.
Milwaukee.
Really? Everybody Milwaukee. Lou, you Milwaukee too?
Yes, sir.
You drinking that beer? Then I'm gonna be the one. Heat.
Oh shit! Right.
I'm gonna be that one. He gonna remember what they did to them last year. They ain't scared of them.
Yeah. Jimmy Butler is known to upset people in the past on Oladipo. Cats sleep on that dude all the time, but
he upset them last year.
Oladipo's not playing though, so
yeah, he out still.
Oh yeah, that is right.
He's done. Right. He might not even play next season.
Yeah, Oladipo's not playing. He's out.
This is the one I've been avoiding.
He missed no free throws.
This the question I've been avoiding, especially because John, I love you, man. But Knicks, Hawks. Edgar, go.
Knicks.
Lou.
Knicks.
John. He's saying Hawks.
He said Hawks. You know he's gonna say Hawks.
I got it. Right. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Professor Jeff?
I actually really think the Knicks are going to win it because I think it's going to come down to, the Hawks got to have a certain type of ball that they need to play. And for whatever reason, I think in the playoffs, things are going to get mixed up. And I think the Knicks I think Julius Randle's game carries over better than Trae Young's, if that makes any sense at all. And I love them both.
All right. I think y'all know my answer.
Yeah, already.
Yeah, I would imagine.
So yeah. The bad, over the heart. You know how it is.
And I hate that this series that
No, but I will say this: it's gonna go 6 or 7, and it's gonna
Yes.
be tough.
Yes.
It is gonna be tough.
Yep.
All right, so Clippers, Mavericks, go.
Yeah.
Edgar, hit it.
Clippers.
John. I think his phone froze, but
Clippers.
there you go. There you go. He made his appearance. He's like, I don't want to hear about the Knicks. I'm gonna just mute. I'm going Clippers.
Clippers.
No, I got the Clippers.
Yeah.
Right on.
Clippers.
Clippers. All right. Denver, Portland. That's gonna be spicy, man. That's gonna be one of my favorite ones to watch. I'm looking forward to that.
This might be the best 4-1 series ever.
Yes. I'm looking forward to that. So, Portland. I said it.
Oh.
All
Okay.
right.
Professor Jeff.
I got Denver. They've done nothing to undercut that all year. I'm solid confidence in Denver.
All right. Edgar, hit it.
Portland. I think not having Jamal Murray is going to hurt them in the playoffs.
Well,
I think
yeah.
Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum are going to just put in too much work for any of their guards, any of the Denver guards.
And we say that every year for 7 years. Like, I'm just saying, like,
they made it to the finals that one year. They just didn't have enough to get over the hump.
I love them, but I'm just saying, like, every year we're like, this is the year. Like, no, it's not.
Yo, and just before we go, everybody who's been listening and tuning in, and everybody dropping comments, y'all have been on fire. We so appreciate it. Much
Word. Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I said that. I'll be throwing it back to the old school. It's what it is.
Yeah.
All right. So, who do we have? Phoenix and who? Oh, Phoenix Lakers. That's the one.
That's nasty.
That's the one.
I also picked Denver, by the way.
Thank you. Keeping me honest.
By the way.
So, all right, Edgar. Lakers Suns.
I'm going to go with the Suns.
Oh, okay.
Woof.
John, you back. Lakers Suns.
Lakers.
Bang. So we got 1-1 again.
Lakers. I think LeBron will
be
too much, yeah.
All right. Lou, which one? You got tiebreaker.
I'm going with the Lake Show.
2 for the Lake, 1 for the Suns, Professor Jeff.
I'm going Lakers because I think LeBron has a master plan.
Yeah, to get booted out the playoffs because the Suns are winning that.
Okay. I don't even think I mind that. Like, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready for it.
It's time.
It's
time for the next resurgence and the new blood to take the reins and have some new life in the championships. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. Therefore, Knicks Suns. Therefore, Knicks Suns is going to be litty.
I will sign up for Knicks Suns right now. Not to offend anybody, but like I'm in on that series.
I mean, the regular season games were good. So
yeah, they were.
Again, that's a lot of orange, though. That's a lot of orange.
But there's some blue.
You have to watch it in sunglasses.
Yeah. Nah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank our marvelous guests.
Yes.
And if y'all are not up on the Off the Board Network, what is your problem?
You're missing out.
We out here.
Snap to it, man. You got Atlanta's The Hoop is right there. You got New Tape City right there. You got Professor Jeff, who by and large should be on Fox or ESPN somewhere.
Nah, you're too kind. You're too kind.
I'm just saying, my man. You know
We
what I
got
mean?
real sportscasters up in here.
Yeah.
Yo.
Bang.
Definitely better than Nick Wright.
Oh, that's too easy. And then y'all got Off the Ball Network's version of DeZeus and Mero, like right here. Bang. We got it all, baby.
I want to
Check
turn
us
Need
around.
out.
that.
I
Need
want to
that.
turn around. I want to turn around. Like Coach and Mr. Lewis are the best hosts on the network. Like we love it every time we come on here. It is. I look forward to it. I get pumped. I get energized. You guys are the best, man.
Yo, it's
Appreciate
our
you.
pleasure, and
Yes.
to you guys, to the fans, and listen, ladies and gentlemen. Like I brought all of that for a reason. Like I said, Austin's got a show on Sunday. We've got articles on every team. We're doing our thing. Check us out online. Check us out on Twitter. Check us out on Instagram. Find us. You'll love it. Enjoy.
If you're not checking us, you're missing out. We the future.
And the
Yep.
present. And it should have been the past, but I started this way.
Definitely.
The future without the Yeezy space boots.
Yo. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't need my moon ones right about now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are out. We'll check y'all next week for the last show of the season. Then we take a little hiatus and be back for season 5. Bang,
Yo, if
bang.
y'all interested in the hat, check out Style Shabazz, Tribe Shabazz on Instagram and Facebook. It's my guy. He got gear. He got music for you. Check him out. As always, peace and love. We're going to be back next week. Salute all those that came in. And yeah.
Check out Big Lou's show, Chivalry, on chivalrypod.com. Check me out on Knickerbocker Avenue with Danny B this Saturday. We doing it up. We got Jay Live in the building. It is what it is. This is sports. It's playoffs. And I'm excited. Are you excited? Go get excited. And we're out of here.
Peace.
Welcome to the Candid Corner. 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 Your number one spot for hip hop, classic hip hop, today's hip hop. You talk about sports, you talk about Knicks, you talk about 76ers, you talking football, you talking about Giants, you talking Steelers. Your main spot for New York and Pennsylvania sports, baby. Right here. Coach Fa, Mr. Lewis, the Candid Corner. Real talk for real listeners. Yeah. Brought to you by Nat Time Entertainment Media and the good folk over at Off the Ball Network.